Hey everyone, how's it going? So last time we created this form right here which will allow the user to post tweets or status updates or whatever you want to call it. What we're going to do now, well first, is just to fix this profile picture. Because at the moment it's linking to a profile picture we don't have. You know, it comes from the table right here. We've added this profile picture field. And of course we haven't added a picture, which is why you're seeing this error. You're instead seeing the alt text, which is what is shown when the picture fails to load, just so the user knows what should be there. So what we're going to do is get this profile picture, which I've just found from Google Images. I just Googled profile picture, or default profile picture I think it was, and just found any old sample profile picture and just saved the picture. And then I'm going to go back to here and we'll go to our public folder, which currently only has our CSS files in. And what I'm going to do is right click on the public part. Make sure you don't right click on the CSS part right here. Because there's only a CSS folder in here, Visual Studio Code has condensed these onto one line like this. So make sure you right click on the public part and click new folder. And just call this images. Okay, and you can see it's created a folder now, and that means I now have two folders in this public folder, one for CSS and one for images. And then what we're going to do is take the profile picture which I downloaded from Google. You can of course find your own, or you can take this one from the zip file that's attached to this lecture. And then I'm going to take it, and can I just drag it into here? Let's see. I'll try and drag it into the images folder. And yeah, there we go. So we now have a profile pic.jpg file in there. The problem is the one we have in the table is a .png. If you look here, it says .png, and we just added that while we were starting out. I didn't know what image we'd use at the time, so I just put PNG. But essentially, the picture we're using now is a .jpg, so we have to go to here and update this this value to be .jpg. Now, I just double clicked on that and it allows me to modify it. So what I'm going to do is type .jpg like this and then click on update at the bottom here. And we have one more user down here, so I'm going to do the same for this one, .jpg like this. And of course you would do this with whatever you call your image and whatever the extension is. If you find a different one, yours might well be PNG, it might be some other file type, but whatever it is, just make sure it matches here. Now this will work now. If I refresh the page, you should see the image, which we don't. Let me just check the console. So this is good for you to see actually how I'm going to debug this, because you might have the same problem. So I've got an issue now where I think it should be loaded, but for some reason it's still not loaded. So what I'm going to do is click inspect, and I've no doubt missed something or just forgotten to do something. So as expected, we're getting a 404, and if I click on this link, I can see well, no, I thought it would take me there. If I go to the console, I've got a link right here. If I hover over it, you'll see the full link to it. So it's saying that the path that images profile pic.png doesn't exist. Now I know why. So although we've changed the value here, it's still got the old file, the old value cached. So just to explain that again. Although we've updated this now to be .jpg, the version of the user object that we retrieved when the user signed in is still the same for now. It's set in the session, remember? So it's still saved the old one. So what we're going to do is just kill this server instance and restart that. And then go back to here, and it'll make us sign in again, which is fine. So Reese, Kenny, password. And now we see the profile picture. So, yep, that's okay. We're all good there. And yeah, we can see it worked. We have our profile picture. We have our form. Obviously, we got some work to do on the CSS to make this look nice, but essentially that's good. But there is one more thing to do. Don't forget about this part. And that's to go back to our user schema, because in the user schema, if you remember, we have this part which sets the profile picture when the user creates an account. So we've set this as the default, which means when we don't specify a value here for the profile pic, it will just automatically give them the value of this. But this isn't the picture we're using as a default picture anymore, so make sure you change this as well to reflect this new picture. And now, anyone that signs up to our website will have this as their default profile picture. Obviously until they change it themselves, but at least they will have some profile picture now.